Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time again. Remember the cup. Should have done some vocal warm up there. I didn't realise that a little bit of a froggy in the old throat. I'm reading the news, so you don't have to. You don't want to look. You don't want to look at the news. It's a murky old day out there today, so there's no danger of the light shining through onto my beautiful face. What's on the Daily Mail website? China admits its COVID deaths are huge, and 70% of Shanghai's 25 million residents have been infected. There we go. I mean, it's a big one. It just says China's threat to the West. And then I heard on the radio this morning, I don't remember who it was from the government. I don't know if it was a health minister or whatever. But they are so lax about restricting people coming in. Oh, you can have a test, and they were really being really vague about it. And we're going to go through all this again, right? These people who are supposedly running the country haven't got the first clue. We should just be saying no Chinese nationals whatsoever come in here, and the whole world should be doing that. We should be forcing China to lock down itself, because we're all going to go through this again. There's going to be a variant of a variant of a variant, and we're all going to be forced to wear masks again and locked down again, and it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult this time to convince the great British public to do that again. It ain't going to work. Not again. I do believe that this time around there will be civil unrest, because we can see it coming. We can see it coming. But yeah, I haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. But we know this is going to happen. We know. And if it doesn't happen, then, well, you know. Meanwhile, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. What you want to worry about is this. What's that? Well, I don't know if you're one of those. I don't know if you're part of the hoi polloi who likes going skiing. But if you went to any of the alpine ski resorts in France, no snow. Just a narrow tract of ice and snow at the resort of Villers-sur-Orient in Switzerland on Saturday. And this is in Lengries in Germany. Yeah, it's not looking good out there. I wonder why. Is it the global warming? Is it the global warming? Because it's chilly here. But yeah, there's no snow. Apparently there's been a European heat wave. Yeah, record-breaking temperatures in Europe. Yeah, there's a heat dome which has produced temperatures ranging from 10 to 20 Celsius from France to Western Russia. And so no snow. So if you've gone skiing, too bad. That's tough, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is going back. We're back on ourselves. There's the headline: travellers from China who test positive for COVID will not have to self-isolate to fight fears. Country's virus chaos may spawn new variants. After what? Yeah, we know. It's just that's. But I heard it on the radio, and you just go. But I've got worse news. I've got worse news than that, everyone. Apparently, McDonald's have axed 8 items from its menus today including the Big Tasty. That's my nickname, Big Tasty. Oh no. And what else is? Yeah, the cheese melt dippers. They're off the menu too. These are the stories. These are the stories we need to know. Again, this stuff like the celebrations, McFlurry. That's diabetes in a pot for me. But they're bringing out a double McPlant burger. Again, no good for diabetics. Those things, no good. Just have the meat. Just have the meat. I remember when I was diagnosed, and I talked to the nurse about it and about the diet, and said, "Oh, shall I, go vegetarian, vegan?" And she went, "God, no, don't do that. Stick to the meat." She went, "Stick to the meat." And again, if you look at what's in the ingredients to in these like ready-made vegan and vegetarian options, vegan burgers and whatnot, lots of sugars and bad things. No good if you're diabetic. No good. What else have we got? Good news, everybody. Lemsip, night nurse and other medicines are selling out. Because it's winter. Don't worry, that's not a cough and a cold. I'm just a bit bunged up. Oh my god. Plenty of lemons. Lemons and whiskey. That's all you need. Lemons and whiskey. Oh, there is not a lot of snooze here today. They're going on about Harry again and that because they previewed the advert to the interviews he's doing before his book launch, where and it's kind of gone. It's the general public seems to have got a bit tired. There's a bit of Harry has a fatigue. Everyone's gone. You had your dirty laundry in public. Now you want to flip flop. There is not a lot going on. At this rate, I might have to go to the Sun's website. These are all pretty dull stories. Come on, give me a funny. This isn't funny. Nothing's fun. There's just death and destruction. And misery and woe, I'm afraid. Really, it's just incredibly miserable. I've got nothing. There is nothing on the Daily Mail website worth talking about. It really isn't. But you can save money. Here we go. This is the story of Leah Winch. I finally found a story that is fit to repeat. Leah Winch from Telford. Here she is. She's kind of mugging at the camera there because she's pretty pleased with herself because she's a super saver. The 38-year-old from Telford. She has saved herself £22,000, she reckons. She's vowed to live frugally and spends her time mooching around the reduced aisle of supermarkets. The careers advisor, who lives with her partner Greg, reveals that she spends just £150 on food for both of them per month. That's an average cost of £2 per day, and they still manage to eat plenty of meat. I can't imagine it. But yeah, since slashing her living costs, she's managed to pay off £8,000 worth of debt. That's great. And there's a picture of some of the reduced. This is all right if you can fight off the young people. Us old folks, we don't have a chance getting the yellow sticker stuff now because it's all elbows and fisticuffs. But then wait a minute. They're pictured here with a Costa coffee. Huh? That doesn't make sense if she was into saving. But yeah, she recommends buying supermarket own brands, but also finding deals on branded items. Blimey, if I could find that offer, I'd be buying the lot and just freezing and having them in the freezer for the year. Yeah, that's a year's worth, isn't it? I mean, just scoop them off the shelves. But this is some of her meat haul. Let's admire her meat. I don't know. Is any of it going green? I don't know. But yeah, it's alright if you can save and live frugally. But like I say, for most of us, we've got to fight all the young people in the reduced aisle, and I'm not fit enough for that. I'm not fit enough. What else have we got? Pope Benedict is lying in state at the moment, and they reckon that 65,000 Catholics have seen him. But you don't have to go. You don't have to go to St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. You can look at this picture. There he is. Dead Pope. Again, he's an ex-pope. He was the first pope in 600 years to resign, wasn't he? And the current pope, he ain't too fit himself. So who knows? It's all happening in the Vatican, in Vatican City. Oh, God. There's just nothing. There is nothing on here. I'm very, very upset. Very upset. Here we go. This is better. This is exactly what we want. This is nutritional expert Robert Hobson. He was talking to The Sun. Should have gone to The Sun website, obviously. And he was talking about Logan Paul and KSI's sports drink, Prime. We saw them fighting for it, fisticuffs in Aldi so they could sell it for 50 quid a pop on eBay. Well, the nutritionist, he looked at the sports drink and he labelled it useless. He said that you're better off just buying multivitamins instead. Yeah, the drink's been marketed to help people refresh, replenish and refuel, but he says it does little more than the same effect as you having some vitamins off the shelf. He said for around 10p a day you could just take a multivitamin and mineral supplement to get everything that's in the drink. He said that the branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, that are in the drink may help with recovery depending on the type of sport the drinker might be taking part in. But he admitted he wasn't sure what use the drink was for if the customer is already using protein shakes or fueling themselves with high protein meals. And here he is. This is Robert Hobson. He's posing with some oranges there. He's looking pretty changed. He looks a bit like a slimmed down John Krasinski. But yeah, he loves his oranges. Again, just have an orange instead. Nature's energy drink. Well, here's some stating the bleeding obvious news. Do you want some stating the bleeding obvious news? Dogs. We're doing dogs. Here's a picture of a dog, just in case you don't know what a dog looks like. There's been a study into their tails, right? Of course. The study was from the Max Planck Institute for Intelligent Systems in Stuttgart. Right, this is what the EU bureaucrats are spending their money on. They did a study in their tails and discovered that dogs' tails play little or no role in agile movements such as running or jumping. No, because it's not a leg, it's a tail. Right? Yes, for the past decade, 10 years they've been working on this study. An international team of scientists has been investigating the use of dogs' tails. Right? Whereas some animals use their tails for balance, or use it to grab hold of things, monkeys, lizards, squirrels, whatever. A dog's tail is not used for movement. No, because you don't see a dog hanging off a branch, do you? No, you don't see a dog. They got paid money to do that. They got paid money for this study, right? But what they have discovered, right? Are you ready for this? Is that a dog's tail is mainly used for, can you guess? I'm going to give you a little chance to guess. Go on. Shall I do the countdown music? Boo! Have you had your guess yet? What are dog's tails mainly used for? Communication. The research conducted by Dr. Ardian Justifi, could he justify his research? Said 25 different breeds across the Canidae family, he means dog family, using mathematical models to check what happens when dogs move their paws, legs and tails. Discovered that what I just said, they just discovered what. But yeah, the research was published on the BioReactive preprint server titled "Tail Wags the Dog is unsupported by biomechanical modelling of Canidae tails using terrestrial motion." It's quite a catchy title for a paper, but it hasn't been peer reviewed yet, so but here is a graphic from said uh, 10 years to figure out that dogs' tails are used for communication. Remember, and this is handy. According to the creators of Tail Talk, and that's a device that tracks a dog's tail movement. This is you can track your dog's tail movement with a device. Why don't you just look at it? Why don't you just see which way it's wagging? Left wagging suggests negative feelings such as anger or aggression. Right wagging is happiness or excitement. Broad wagging suggests the dog is happy and isn't threatening you. Right, I'm not going to read anymore. I'm going to tell you, look, wagging, I'm happy, everything's good. When the tail goes stiff, they're alert. Can be aggressive, right? Depending on, and it also depends on the dog, because some dogs' tails don't point up. Kind of. You know what I'm saying. Goes under, scared. That's it. Where's my research fund? We are living in a time of the idiot. You do know that. We are doomed as a species. And this is TV news. There's a new show on the telly. It's not the telly. It's on Netflix. Which caught my eye. It sounded quite interesting. It stars Giancarlo Esposito. You know him. He was in that Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul as Gus Fring. Yeah. And he plays a criminal? He's like a safe cracker or something, and it's called Kaleidoscope. It's got 8 episodes, but the unique selling point, the USP, is the show can be watched in any order. Yeah, and they've worked out. Some people have worked out like you can watch it in chronological order. That's the episodes there. I think you've got to end with episode 8. That's the finale. And yeah, that's the same thing, but it gives you the actual years. But the drama, it takes place over 25 years. And that's it. The unique selling point is you can watch it any way you want, as long as you watch the last episode last. If you watch the last episode first, I think it kind of spoils it for you. And here is Giancarlo Esposito with his whiteboard. Again, he's in everything. You know, he's one of those actors. He's been in so many films. Especially if you go back to the 80s, it's quite. He pops up as a younger actor, going, oh, "That's old Gus Fring." They go, "Yeah, it's true. That's him." Yeah. What else have we got here? Oh, we've got. If you go out tonight, if you're out and you like looking up, at the stars. You could see the quadrantid meteor shower, because it will peak this evening with up to 80 shooting stars flying overhead every hour. Have we got any? This is it. This is the best place to look. You've got to look for the Big Dipper. Again, that's another one of my nicknames. And if you look for the Big Dipper, just south of that, and to the west of Arcturus, you will see the quadrantid radiant, indeed. And it will be like nature's firework display. Yeah, did you know the shower's name comes from Quadrums Muralis, which is a former constellation created in 1795 by French astronomer Jerome Lalande. There you go. So you get a little bit of education there for you. What else have we got? Meanwhile, a US congressman, Mike Gallagher, who's the incoming US chairman of the new House Select Committee on China, has described TikTok, that's the app, which is named after the sounds of their brain cells knocking together. He claims it's as highly addictive and destructive as the drug fentanyl. Yeah, it's true. It's interesting because in the US, TikTok has been banned from any device that's used by the US House of Representatives. So any mobile phone or tablet or whatnot, no TikTok, because it is basically Chinese spyware. If you read the terms and conditions, it takes control of your data. It basically has access to everything you do, keystrokes, phone, your phone data, your image data, and it sends it all back to China. But there you go. Mike Gallagher, here he is, and this guy looks like he might know about addictive substances. I jest, he doesn't. He's just got really wide eyes and pupils. But yeah, as addictive as fentanyl. TikTok. I can believe that. Meanwhile, Edinburgh Zoo's resident pandas. Here we go. Here's one of them. That looks like a panda. I'm not an expert, but I think that's what a panda looks like. And here's one. He's having a great time with some bamboo. There you go. Looks like he's playing the drums, doesn't it? Well, they're going back to China. They're going back to China. Yeah. That is Qian Chan, the female. That was the first one. And the second one is Yang Huang. They arrived at the zoo in 2011 from China, but they're going back. We'll send them back because they've failed to produce enough offspring because they just don't get along. Yeah, the experts at the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland admit they just didn't click. They failed to breed, and poor Yang Huang, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer in 2018 and was later castrated. that probably explains why they're not having any babies, you know. But yeah, both the pandas who are 19 will be returned to China later this year. We need some new pandas. Yeah. And have I got anything else? No. My goodness. There's some really miserable stories. I'm not going to read the miserable ones. It's the beginning of the year. We just want fun stories. How about this? This is South Korea, right? South Korea's got its first ever lunar orbiter up there called Danuri, and it has sent back some amazing pictures. These are black and white images of the Earth from the lunar surface. Look at that. Wow. Why did they send up why did they just send up the old this is another picture it's taken of the surface of the Earth and the Moon. Why didn't they put in a colour camera? You'd think they'd have and this is a picture of the rocket going up. This was sent up on a Falcon 9 booster rocket in August, and it took those pictures between December 24th and January the 1st. So yeah, some lovely images there. But you think they'd have splashed down and got a colour camera, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? iPhone. They need new. I just use an iPhone. Meanwhile, are you thinking of going to the Icon Park in Orlando, Florida? It's a Florida story. Yeah, this isn't good. Riders were left trapped on a 400-foot Ferris wheel at the park after it lost power. A small fire broke out near its base, and yeah, this is the action shot. You don't want to be on there, do you? You don't want to be trapped. That was on Saturday, and there they were trapped on there for hours. And here is some video of the actual fire. Oh, let me just rewind that back. See, there it goes. Oh, something exploded, and there we go. Yeah, they're getting people up there to have a look. But at least it's those enclosed pods. It wasn't like they were, you know, exposed to the elements. I like that episode from Bottom. Who remembers Bottom? And when they were stuck on the Ferris wheel. No, just me then. But yeah, don't go out. Stay in. I keep saying. Meanwhile, we're going to finish, because this has been appallingly bad today. Appalling bad. We're going to finish. I don't know. Maybe there is some good. No, there's no good in my funny. There's no good story in my funny. I've got a couple of funnies. Should we do the funnies? Let's do the funnies. Okay. This is the story again. This story broke in the summer, I think it was last year, but it's kind of come back around again. And this is a Japanese fella and he goes by the name as Toko, and he's spent 2 million yen, which is about £12,500, on this. And you're going to go, what? It is a life-size, realistic collie costume. Yeah. And it looks incredibly realistic. This could be the animal story of the day, but it's not an animal. It's not an animal. And here he is in action. Look, here he is in action. Look. Look. It's obviously that there's a man in there. He's probably a furry. You know that. It's not good. I mean, it's just getting weird now. I mean, hold it. Just look at the little. Hold it. Let me just move that. Look at the little paw. Oh no, that's the doll he's playing with. So I thought that was his paw. I'm just going to say it wasn't realistic enough. There he is. There he's upside down there. He wants his belly rubbed. I bet he does. I bet he wants his belly rubbed. Furries, you got to be so careful of them. Yeah, that was the. This was the story. Yeah, this was the video that made the rounds earlier in the year. But he's worried. He's worried because he doesn't want anyone to find out who he is. So why'd you keep going to the media? Because he doesn't want his friends and family to find out about his secret double life as a collie. I mean, yeah, he's got 11,000 YouTube subscribers. He's doing better than me. That's where I'm going wrong. But yeah, he recently gave an interview to the Mirror, and he said he hasn't built up the confidence to tell some of his closest friends about his hobby. Fetish. He said, I rarely tell my friends because I'm afraid what they think, and that I think I'm weird. My friends and family seem to be very surprised to learn I've become an animal. He says he enjoys doing things that only dogs do. What, licking his own area? Yeah. In September, he attempted his first outdoor walk, and he said in the YouTube video that he was nervous and scared. But he says, I'm wearing a leash because people are surprised when they see me. I'm very nervous. He said, do you remember your dreams from when you were little? You want to be a hero or a wizard. I remember writing in grade school about wanting to be a dog and walk outside. He said he noted how nice it was to feel the wind in his fur. But yeah, it was Japanese company Zeppit that creates costumes for TV commercials and films that spent 40 days making the outfit for him. It's a fetish. He gets off on it. That's it. That's all I've got. Okay, how about beauty news? This is the story of Nikki Mack from Fife. The 27-year-old was she was getting ready for a night out with her sister when she decided to touch up her roots with some hair dye. You know, like you do, right? But well, she well, I'm going to show you what happened first, because and see if you can work out. How it went wrong, because it went wrong. Spoiler, it went wrong. So yeah, this is the result, right? All right, look at it. Can you tell me how this happened? Right, okay. Well, the reason is, right, she used an Asda bag in the dyeing process, because you can sometimes put like coverings over the hair dye to speed up its effect, and the dye from the bag came off, and yeah, went up on it turned her hair green. She ended up looking like the Joker. There you go. Don't worry, she doesn't normally look like that. Normally she looks like this. It's early, isn't it? It's but yeah, there you go. It's a little. That's a little beauty fail. That's the first one of the year. Meanwhile, we're going to end off with a pet story. This is Amanda Diath, or Death to her friends. If she ever looks rough, they say, "You look like Diath warmed up." She's got one of these ring. I guess is it a ring doorbell? Or smart door? Yeah, I think it's a ring doorbell. It is a ring doorbell. She heard someone at the door, and so she had a look to see who was there. On her, I guess she looked on her phone or whatever, and she saw it was a cat. Her cat was looking He's learned to trigger. Yeah. Izzy, the 8-month-old Puss, meowed over the two-way talk feature on the Ring video doorbell to let it know that he wanted to come in. And here he is, action shot, operating the doorbell. Now that's going to be a nuisance because every 5 minutes, I imagine he's going to be pressing the doorbell to have his owner chat with him. There you go. But yeah, apparently he uses the doorbell when he wants to come in. That's clever, that. That's one smart pussy, indeed. This is what we like to see. And then there she is, letting him in. God, he's got the life of Riley. Anyway, I think I've done enough damage for today. Let's see if there's anyone in. There is. We have 8 people in. Thomas is in. He says hi, and he's giving me money. I like Thomas. Thomas gives me money. I like everybody who gives me money. There you go. There's evidence. There he is. That he's giving me some money there. Oh, got too many screens open down. Close that screen. You don't need that screen open. Remove. Goodbye. And yeah, there we go. Thomas King has given me some cash. I likes it. I do. Thomas says, I don't know why this doesn't have more viewers. You cover the news really well. Because YouTube doesn't like me. Don't tell anyone, right? Nobody likes this. Nobody likes what I do. And there has been, in the last month, a massive drop-off in views from my channel. Massive. I've probably lost about 11,000 monthly views, all in a month. So I think they've switched something off. So it's just going to be you and me at the end, Tom. Just you and me. And, of course, Robert and Zeb. It's just going to be us. YouTube doesn't like what I do. It doesn't promote what I do. I don't know. I have supposed subscribers, 4,000 plus subscribers. I have supposed followers on Twitter and Facebook, and I post it there. But nobody watches. Nobody likes what I do. So I just do this for the missus and you, of course, and Zeb and Robert and whoever else wanders in. So you know. It is what it is. Doesn't keep me awake at night because I can just turn this all on. This is all set up. I just press a button and I can do it. I can talk to the camera. I don't need a script. I just go on the Daily Mail and I riff the best I can. But today there was a lot of rubbish. There was a lot of murder and bad stuff on there, which I don't really want to cover unless it's, interesting. So it's very hard when there's not a lot of good stuff on there. I think I do a terrible job. I feel pity for me because after this, the missus watches it and I have to eat my sandwich watching myself. It's not good. I don't like it. Puts me right off my sandwich. It does. Zeb says, Thomas, there is always various number of viewers. Yeah, but in terms of actual views, Zeb, I get anything from between 70 and 150 views on these videos, which is nothing. And that's fine because nobody likes what I do, and that's fine. Payne's in. He said, good afternoon. Scott says, I agree. I try to watch and or listen to Darren every morning from hi-ho. While I'm working, I find his sarcasm absolutely hilarious. Thank you. Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. I think I'm just being witty and urbane. Cynical, maybe. But Thomas says, Darren is underrated. I've been saying that for years. When will people recognise my genius? And he says, when YouTube decides, that's it, unfortunately. YouTube doesn't like you because you're honest. They've got a problem with the news. They don't like news coverage. That's a problem, because if you mention things like the vid and all sorts of things, you're kind of flagged. Every day I have to put in a request to have my videos reviewed for monetization. As soon as I come off here, I request a review, and sometimes it goes through and sometimes it doesn't. These videos don't make me any money. That's why I'm very grateful for any donations on these videos. Many years ago, when I was at my peak of my infamy, YouTube was very generous to me, and I could make about £300 a month. Now I'm lucky if I make 60. So it is what it is. So I don't know what I'm doing here. But hey, it's fun. I'm having fun. I find it enjoying. It keeps my brain sloshing around inside my skull. But this is why there are no box sets openings. This is why there's no, because I can't afford to do it. And, I have other costs that I need to cover with the money I get via this and via Patreon and whatnot. And I cover those. And anything else is, Thomas says, I remember my numerous 24-hour comment bans. That's toned down my comments. You have to be very careful what you say on YouTube these days. No swears. My goodness. And that goes with, of course, that's without various one. I know it's probably just the one person. Nefarious persons who report you and try and get your channel taken down and reported. That really affects things too. Of course, impersonation as well. That really affects your standing in the algorithm and whatnot. And they know that. That's why they do it. But it doesn't bother me because I am having fun. And if there's any money, that's even better. That's just the gravy, isn't it? The meat of it is I'm having fun and I make some people laugh and the missus laughs, and then that's that. And again, I'd review music again, and I'd do more reviews if people would watch them, but I don't watch those either. When you look at the stats, and I look at, I try not to look at them, but if you look at one video, again, one video can get 1,000 views, and one video can get 70 views, and it's the same channel and it's the same kind of content. You got to ask yourself what's going on. YouTube isn't a consistent platform. It's not a platform for discovery. It's not a platform that you can, I don't know how you'd successfully grow a YouTube channel now. And again, they prefer people that they can sell adverts on the back of. If you've got a certain niche thing, popularity, they can sell adverts on, and that equals more popularity. This isn't going to be popular because you got this, you got this talking at you. So it says now they shadow ban a lot of comments. You can only see what you've written. Well, again, I block a lot of comments because there's that guy with the thousands and thousands of soccer accounts, so I have to block them. I don't know if that has any effect on it. I've noticed that comments are down incredibly, but then that goes down with the viewership. But I don't know. It could be that people are just tired of YouTube. I do not know. I don't comment on videos, so I don't know what happens. I view and I consume and I create. So I don't know. It's an interesting place to be in. But saying that, one day you could win the lottery and they could turn on your views again. Remember what they did to my son's channel? You can actually see them turn off his views, and that is and that's how you know that this isn't an honest platform. None of these social media places, again, Elon Musk has been proving how they shadow ban on topic and mould and drive topics on Twitter, and that's happening on Facebook as well, and that's happening on here, and and other, all social media platforms are the same. They want to promote certain things because they'll be more popular than other things, and that's just the way of the world. That's just the way it is. It's not what this was meant to be, and that's the shame of it. Because you don't get viral videos, you don't get that sense of excitement that something new is happening. It feels very much, pretty much pre-planned and pre-programmed. So yeah. Thomas says, all I can say is I genuinely enjoy what you do. I think it's completely unfair of what YouTube have done to your views. It is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about it because I'm 51 years old, and my dog dying makes me cry. YouTube doesn't. It's just it is what it is. We carry on. You wait till I start doing film reviews again. Maybe I might review some. Am I doing a normal stream time? Well, why wouldn't I be? Why do you need to ask? Do some film reviews, do some music reviews again. See if no one will watch that. you know, right? You know that there's a problem when I did the Father, I believe in Father Progmus video. It got just over 500 views. That's when you know that it's not being recommended to anyone, that no one is watching, and that it's all over for this channel. So that's that. That's that. That should have got at least 1,000 views. That should have at least 1,000 views. It didn't. That was aimed at my normal demographic, and that wasn't watching it. How's Layla? Oh, well, she's not here. She's in the kitchen at the moment. She's been frisky. I was up at 6:45 this morning because we've got new neighbours, and she could hear the small. There's obviously they've got a small child who's, I think, a bit excited about being here. I wonder what that was. And Layla could hear them through the walls, being very excited, and then decided we needed to go for a walk. So I was up at 6:45 this morning, walking the dog. I'm going to die. I'm going to die walking the dog. But there you go. She gets very excitable. Anyway, that's that. I've done enough damage for today. That was the news. You better drink it up, indeed. Ta-ta.